Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Alain. Hope everybody's week is going well. Want to talk about framing things today and the story you tell yourself about the things you're doing. It's a powerful concept that can make difficult tasks easier, can make difficult things that you have to go through easier to go through, and maybe even reframe them where they're not difficult, but they're just challenging, or maybe they're just an adventure. It's all how you frame things and the story you tell yourself. I started thinking about this concept when I read this quote this morning. Quotes by Laura Miller. And the quote was, "Adventure might otherwise be called hardship if it were attempted in a different spirit. Turning a difficult task or a perilous journey into an adventure is largely a matter of telling yourself the right story about it." Laura Miller. There's a lot of truth in that, isn't there? The story we tell to ourselves about the situation we're in can change not just our perception, but our entire spirit and everything about it. It can be an adventure. It can be a hardship. It can be something to have fun with or dwell in misery. One person looks at the rainstorm and just their day is ruined because they had plans to do something in the sun. And another person, maybe a child, goes out and dances and plays in the rain and mud puddles. Same occurrence, but it's the story they tell themselves. It's the framework that they have the situation in that makes the difference. And so we can do that a lot of different ways. If we change our state and our framework about the things we're doing, we can make them more enjoyable, or if not enjoyable, at least less difficult. So we can take hardships and turn them into adventures. We can take the rainstorm and turn it into fun playing in the mud puddle. But often we don't. Often we dwell on the negative and the only one story that we want to tell ourselves, which is not productive. If we can change that story, change the framework that we're living in, we can make things better, more enjoyable, easier to accomplish. So what things are you going through in your life right now that might be difficult, might be challenging, but can you frame it different? Can you tell yourself a different story about it that would make it more of an adventure than a hardship? That would make it more fun than miserable? We have the ability. It's just we don't always do it. And so I really liked when I read that quote this morning, that it got me thinking about this topic and thinking about how I could change the story of some of the things in my life to make it better. And I thought, I could share this with other people. Maybe they could change their story to make their lives better. Make challenges into adventures. Make misery into enjoyment. We have that capability. We just don't do it that often sometimes. We get stuck. And watching kids, watching pets, we can sort of see they do it more naturally than we do as adults when we've sort of been reined in and we have reality that we got to live with. Your reality is yours. You can change the story about that reality and make it better. So one last time, adventure might otherwise be called hardship if it were attempted in a different spirit. Turning a difficult task or a perilous journey into an adventure is largely a matter of telling yourself the right story about it. Laura Miller inspired me to think a little bit about things this morning and share it with you to get you thinking about some different kind of things. You know, Jay said good morning from Jay and Vicky and Sasha. I'm glad you guys are here. Hope you're doing well this morning. Dixon said, I like your adventure post that you have alongside Rocky, the Aussie, looking out over the mountains. Yeah, we like to have adventures, and my wife is taking him up in the mountains right now because I can't get up in the mountains with the knee quite yet. I'm thinking to try it soon. It's just, I could probably go up easier than I come down, and that's because I can't go downstairs normal yet. I'm going upstairs, but I'm not going down, and it's steep. So I'm waiting a little bit before I go up in the mountains with Rocky, but I can't wait to do those adventures again. Good morning, Thad. Thank you for being here. Jay said, flipping the scripts. Exactly. We flip the script to something that's more manageable, more enjoyable, more adventurous to help us get through things that might otherwise be miserable, hardships, and so forth. But it's that spirit that we bring into it. It's the attitude we bring into it. It's how we perceive things and make it into something more positive. And we can do it. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's simple. It's simple to flip the script. It's simple to think of something as an adventure rather than a hardship. But it might not be easy. And that's a lot of things with success. There are a lot of principles that are simple, but they're not easy. I mean, ask a smoker. They've been smoking for their whole life. It is simple to say, just quit. It's healthier. Doesn't mean it would be easy for that person. So a lot of things that we can do that are simple are not easy. And this is one of them. But we can take the right spirit. We can take the right attitude. We can look at things and change the story from hardship to adventure, from bad to something more pleasurable. If we can't make it great, we can at least make it different. And then we can pursue and go forward in a better mood, better spirit, and have a better life. I hope that helps you. It just got me thinking when I read that, and I just wanted to share and expound on that. So I hope you go out and make it an adventurous turning point Thursday to make your hardships into adventures so you can succeed and be more happy. I might go to a movie tonight. If so, I'll be talking about it tomorrow. We'll see you then.